Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a great day whenever you're listening to this. This is the Lopez Pena Show, and I'm Ray, and I'm here today with my two co-hosts. We got Nick and Mari.
Whatever.
How are you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good, man.
Tonight, we're filming this at night, but if you guys are listening to this in the morning, I hope you guys have a great rest of the day.
Oh, yeah.
And hopefully this gives a little kickstart because we're going to give you guys some content, some great entertainment here on the Lopez Pena Show today. And today's topic, you already know what the topic is, but I'm going to say it one more time. It is, well, for the first time, it is the law of attraction. And hold up, do you guys know what the law of attraction is?
I think I have an idea what it is.
You have an idea of what it is?
I think we talked about it before. Isn't it? I mean, I guess the word says it itself. Mm-hmm. Whatever you think of, attract.
Yes.
Sort of.
Yes.
Right?
That's
something
it.
like that.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Mari? What do you think? What are your thoughts on the law of attraction? Because earlier I told them we were asking each other, hey, what are we going to do for the podcast? And I was telling you, I was just like, today we're doing the law of attraction. And Mari's just like, what? But then I was just like...
I guess my first thought was, where the hell or how the hell you thought of this topic?
You want to know how I thought of it?
Yeah.
I've done a lot of research on it.
Because you're 17 years old. Like, what the hell? How did you just like... Oh, let's do the law of attraction. What?
I just think it's a very interesting topic, and I've done a lot of research on it, and I think it's just very interesting, and I think it's legit, honestly. And before we get too deep into it, I'm gonna hit you with a little quote by a genius. His genius name is Albert Einstein.
All right.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
This is what Albert Einstein has to say.
Okay.
Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is physics.
That's very interesting. Yeah.
So he's basically saying that the law of attraction, well, he's saying that we're energy, and that whatever frequency we are aligned with, we will attract. And that is indeed the law of attraction. And I have the legit definition of the law of attraction here, and that is the law of attraction is the belief that positive or negative thoughts bring positive or negative experiences into a person's life.
I agree.
I think, I mean, obviously, I definitely believe in that. But even when, like, there's good things happening, I feel like I don't even want anyone to know about it because I don't want them to jinx it. You know what I mean? Because then they're
going to... That's because, she's the... I can't speak right now.
What are you saying today? I don't know.
I'm saying you really believe in jinxing.
Yes, I do.
That's what it is.
Yes, I do.
See, but like if you think about it, you know, we were talking about in the last episode about how our inner circle affects our lives, and you were saying how surrounding ourselves with negative people, it almost affects us negatively.
Yeah,
and that's because of the frequency, the vibes that they give out, the energy that they give out.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't the law of attraction be legit? Because if that's the case, and if you hang out with, let's say, Steve, who we must have on the show eventually.
Oh, Steve. He's been brought up so many times already.
I know. He's a great guy. And he actually say he wants to be a guest.
Oh, well, then we must have him on.
So we need to bring him. But
we must have to hop on that Zoom.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But I agree. I mean, if we go back to the other show that we had, that's the main thing with your inner circle. You know, it's like if you surround yourself with the negativity, you know, that's all you're gonna have.
Yep.
You know, but if you bring people that are lifting you and empowering you and lifting you up. Then that's what you're gonna get, you know. So, there's this Buddhist quote, I guess you can call it, that says, a negative mind would never give you a positive life. You know, so that's really what it is.
Yeah, I really like that.
It really comes down to that. You know.
So, like, do you guys have any experiences with the law of attraction? Like, have you guys thought, like, let's say you bought a new car or something and now you see that car everywhere. Have you guys ever had that experience before? Like,
yes.
have you guys thought of something and now you see it everywhere?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's because you're like noticing it more, right? Because now you've seen it before. So
that's also part of the law of attraction.
Yeah, it's an example of like how the law of attraction works, because people believe that if you visualize your dream life and you think about it and visualize it every day, then you eventually get that. That's what a lot of rich people believe in the law of attraction. That's why they always have like vision boards. Have you guys heard of vision boards?
Yeah,
that also works with the law of attraction, because they're also visualizing what they want for the future. Their thoughts are aligning themselves. They're aligning their thoughts with their future lives, basically.
Well, that makes sense, because if you when you read a lot of books and you start following all these successful or millionaires or whatever you want to call it, these people, like, they write their goals every day when they wake up.
Yeah.
Even if it's the same goal, they write it every day, and it's just to keep their mind focused in that one and visualize. Like you said, visualize it. And that's what's gonna happen. It's like there's no buts, no nothing. They're gonna get there.
Yep.
It's actually, now that I think about it, spiritualists, they believe the religion is based off of natural laws, and one of those laws is a law of attraction.
Interesting. That's very interesting.
I didn't know that. That's new.
Because it's almost like the law of attraction, the way they explain it is almost like science. They're almost saying it's like the law of gravity. If you drop a pencil, it's going to fall eventually. Right. So the law of attraction is basically saying if you think a positive thought, or if you think about a certain thought, you're attracting it. Because they're basically saying that our minds or our energy is so powerful that we attract anything that comes out of it. Like what we're thinking, they're basically saying that we are creating our futures right now with our thoughts, basically.
And with spirituals, it's like you are what you attract, or you attract what you are. And so, like,
that's basically the law of attraction as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
That is so interesting.
So, like, with like bad ghost or mean ghost or like whatever, you know what I mean? Like, if you're like a mean person, that's kind of like the spirit that you would attract.
And as a Buddhist, as you see, we all have different beliefs here. And as a Buddhist, they said you cannot walk the path until you become the path. Which is very, very interesting.
Very interesting.
Ooh, I like that one. Say that again.
You cannot walk the path until you become the path.
Nice.
And that's very interesting. I never thought about it like that.
Because if you think about it, the law of attraction isn't really a religion. I would say that like religions have taken, like not taken, but it almost like everything almost goes down to the law of attraction. In my opinion, I think so.
Yeah. I believe so. But also, I think it has to, like people that have all these negative lives and
negative mindset,
poor
negative
mindsets.
No, I guess what I want to go to is like, let's say, this person has been through so much through the whole life. You know what I mean? So, is that already law of attraction, or is it just something that you need to break through? Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
I'm
when
trying
bad
to go
things
through.
happen to you?
Like somebody that has gone through a lot, just have a really bad life, and have just gone through all some shit. You know what I mean?
Can I give you something on that?
Yeah.
A story that I've heard about the law of attraction is that there was a gay man who at work was getting bullied every day because he was gay, and he wrote one of the people who are is pretty informed on the law of attraction, and he said, you're focusing too much on the people, like you're focusing too much on them doing it to you. So he was basically saying to not focus on it, or to not pay attention to it, and just to almost just do your own thing, or like and think positively about the situation.
Right.
And then eventually what happened was that they stopped messing with him, and they also got moved to a different department or like something like that around there.
Gotcha.
So he basically got, like, they basically stopped and they were out of his life, and they stopped bullying him.
That's interesting. But I guess you're right, because it really at the end comes down to you.
Yeah.
It really does. I don't care how, we all go through some stuff, and people maybe have gone through even worse, but it's how you react to it.
Yeah.
And always.
There goes Luna.
Yeah. There goes our cat in the back again. And the people, again, it always goes back to what you surround yourself with. It really, really does. Because if you surround yourself with all this negativity, that's what you're going to attract. That's just how it is.
So another example of this, imagine if you really, really, really want like let's say if you want $1 million and you write an affirmation saying that I have $1 million. Oh, hold up. Story, Jim Carrey, he wrote himself, I think it was $1 million check or a $10 million check. It was one of those, or not one of those.
I think I might have heard this story.
And he carried it in his wallet for I think about a year. And then I think eventually, after the movie The Mask or something like that, he ended up he made the amount of money that he wrote down on that check. The same exact money.
That's true. I did hear that. Yeah.
That's interesting.
So it's not even saying I want, like an affirmation. Like it's not like I want $1 million. I have $1 million.
Yes. You're basically putting yourself you're basically aligning yourself with that reality. Yeah.
And then there's this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's a great book, but I mean it's not the same thing, but it's sort of the same thing where he's explaining how, the poor dad says we can afford this, where the rich dad says, okay, how can we afford it? And that's the mind, you know what I mean? So the negative mind automatically gives up and you stop trying, when the positive is okay, that's fine, what we got to do to achieve it and to do it, so that's really and that's I guess how law of attraction works, because you keep it there, it's in your mind, you're gonna go for it, and that's it.
Some people use this different techniques for, like, some people write affirmations like daily or every day when they wake up and every day before they go to sleep and things like that, or they visualize through vision boards like I said earlier, or they do they just try to visualize meditation, things like that. They're just basically trying to do their best to align with what they want, and they do it for different things to attract maybe their dream body, their dream. And of course, I say visualization, I mean obviously they're going to work towards it, but the fact that they're visualizing and focusing on it is how they ended up manifesting it, basically.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, it's true because it comes with action. It has to come with action. But if you think about it every day, and it's your main focus every day, then you're obviously going to work towards it.
It's going to motivate you.
It's going to motivate you. Because goals without work is just dreams. You know what I mean? You have to put the action to it to make it. To actually make them.
I agree. So it almost works as if, let's say, some people have like even used this for, let's say they want like to manifest a person into their lives. They write down every single thing they want about that person, and they end up having that person like manifest. Or another example of this is like running into somebody that they've been wanting to meet, or things like that. They've been there's been many cases where people have manifested things into their lives through the law of attraction.
And he really believes in this, because we have talked about this before.
Yeah, we've had a couple situations that went down.
What do you mean?
Very interesting.
What are you talking about?
I mean, of course, it's coincidences, but but
can you give me an example?
I would say if coincidences, if everything's coincidence, and I believe it's the law of attraction. So I mean,
okay, but can you give me an example?
It's law of attraction.
Huh?
Can you give me an example?
All right, I know I can't give you an example on this one. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to pass. But Nick, do you have an example?
I don't remember.
Are you
I
serious?
remember, but I'm not saying it on the podcast.
Oh, you remember? You're not saying it?
Yeah.
I don't remember at all, for real. But we have talked about this, and he really does. The only reason why I know about the law of attraction is because of Ray. He's the one who explained it to me, and the little research I did a while ago is because of you.
Oh, you did some research, huh?
You know me, man. If you tell me something gets stuck in my head, I gotta read about it.
I mean,
That's just how it is.
It is quite interesting, though, right? Like
it is very interesting, but it makes sense. And then it's like you start talking about it. Spiritualists don't believe in it. Buddhists believe in it. So it's just in a different definition. That's it. Like not different definition, but just a different way. But it's still the same thing. Do you think it's sort of like karma? No.
It's the law of attraction is basically the universe reacting to your energy.
Yeah.
So in
So,
a
yeah,
way,
I
it is
guess
karma. In a way, it is.
It kind of is. I think it plays into it. I think, I don't know.
because karma, is pretty much what if you do good, you receive good.
Mm-hmm.
If you do bad, then bad comes back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So that's pretty much what it is. So I guess
Yeah.
it's also karma.
Yeah, I would say
It could be karma because I really believe in karma.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the main things, few things that I believe is karma, because karma never misses.
Yeah, I would say that has some truth to it. I would say that everything has a little bit of truth to it when it comes. I feel like everything almost, because if you think about it, the table that we're in, like the seat that we're sitting in right now, somebody had to imagine it. Someone had to put it in their head before they can actually make it into reality.
True.
You know what I'm saying? It all started with a thought, and now it's physical. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, if you really think about it, everything is the law of attraction.
It's very interesting.
So do you guys have any thoughts on the law of attraction? Are you guys gonna implement the law of attraction into your lives?
I think I should. I think I should take it more serious.
I think so too.
I think probably I can probably work on writing down my goals every day and things like that.
Because, I like when I wake up in the morning, it's like I am gonna have a good day.
Right.
That's a good way. Yeah, they say the best like way to start. Make sure to have a good day is
like
when you
having
first wake up.
Affirmations, just like I'm definitely gonna have a good one. It's gonna be a fantastic day.
Now wake up and be like, oh, I hate my job.
Oh, I know. And then it's like for the rest of the day, I have a terrible yeah. I think I should take that more serious. Like actually implementing that, not just saying it, but doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think saying those things, it kind of, those affirmations kind of like it kind of sticks in your mind, and so that motivates you, and then you're kind of forced to kind of change your, like you just get more positive. I'm just thinking of like bad days, you know what I mean, and saying having a good day in the morning,
because they say that what really is like what's attracting is like your subconscious mind, the one that's not thinking. So it's there, but you don't really realize it. That's what we dream and everything. So I mean, if it all really comes down to like changing your mindset, and I think that starts with the conscious mind, and then it starts becoming normal. Like starting a habit, it has to almost be so like you have to do it unconsciously to make it really. Because once you do it consciously, a lot of times it just becomes natural.
I agree.
So, and I think that's the same thing with their thoughts, because I mean, if someone who's always had a negative mind and they go on with their lives thinking negatively all the time, it's almost going to be like their reality, being subconsciously a negative person. And I think once they work on,
and then always thinking that negative things happens to you.
Yeah, that's a terrible mindset to have. Terrible.
And also, you almost become a victim.
Yeah.
Then that's what it is. You start thinking like you're a victim because how the world's life, everything happens to me, and then, but are you doing anything to change that?
Yeah, true. That.
Are you, it's how you react. It's not what happens to you. You have, I hate to go back to the Buddhists believe, but they believe that nothing is in control. Whatever's gonna happen to you is gonna happen to you. Is how you react to it. That's your power. And if you have been negative all your life, and now you're playing the victim, you're not changing anything. You're just gonna keep attracting the negative on and on. But I think I can also work on waking up and having a positive mind. Because sometimes you wake up and you're tired and you're like, oh, I gotta do so many things, and you're already overwhelmed. The day hasn't even started and I'm already overwhelmed with everything I have to do, which already sets me in something like in a negative mind. You know what I mean? Not negative, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I think you need to start working on it. I mean, me too as well. I'm not telling you just advice for you. I'm talking about everybody. I think we need to all work on consciously thinking positively, because once we if we have a depressed mindset, let's say if we think a bad thought, we have to consciously say, no, that's not true. Or we have to replace that with the positive thought. And that happens purposely. We have to purposely change our mindset.
Right.
And I think that once you're able to do that, that becomes like a huge, powerful thing to be in control of, because once you're in control of your mind, you can, once you're in control of yourself, the world is yours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
You're not gonna let your mind control you, and that's something that I think is very interesting as well. And that's why I find the law of attraction so interesting, because as you said before, well, how much percent of our brain do we actually use?
10%.
10%. It only makes sense to me, because if Einstein, one of the many smart people of the world, believe that we are energy, and if we only use 10%, you said 10% of our
only
brains,
10% of our brain.
So maybe we can't even comprehend that we are energy.
Right.
So the mind
is everything.
The mind is everything.
The mind is everything, and I'm gonna work. I'm gonna work on that, because I do see how starting the day with a positive mind will help you attract having a better day throughout the day.
I think so.
Or even if something happened, you can still overcome it. Saying, nah, this is just a little speed bump. Just get through the day with whatever it is. Could be at work, could be home, it could be anything.
Yeah.
And I think it also gives us something to look forward to as well, because maybe we can have the Lopez Show vision board.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like maybe we can vision ourselves with the studio, envision us with like one of the highest rated podcasts in the world.
That's true.
Forever Homes we can have a vision board of our big, company building or whatever, call it, what is it called to have your own building? Is that just what it's called? Is there not a name for it?
I'm trying to figure out what you're saying.
No, but I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
Like an office building?
Yeah, an office building. Yeah, just imagining us having an office building,
So basically, it's all about having positive vibes.
Yeah, or negative vibes if you want to think about it that way, because the law of attraction is also attracting negative things into your life.
If you want to not attract negative things, it's all about positive vibes. That's all.
True. But if you want a negative life, you're more than welcome to take it.
But taking negativity elsewhere.
Not here.
For sure. Well, there's different techniques that you can use in the law of attraction, and that's, of course, visualize through writing. You can make a list of things that you want to attract into your life. Another thing, Steve Harvey, he's a very smart guy in my opinion. I think he's one of the great entrepreneurs of today's world.
Love Steve Harvey.
I said that in a very interesting way, but he's like a big believer in the law of attraction, and he says he gave advice to people to write 100 things that they want to attract into their life this year, and it's like a yearly goal thing. And he says that at least, I think it was 15% or 30% or whatever, something percent of the number of things on your list will be gone by the end of the year.
Will be gone?
Like, will be crossed off the list of things that you attracted into your life.
But that's because, don't you think that's because you worked for it? Yeah. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
I mean, it's that is because you worked for it, because you wrote down what you want. You work towards it. I mean, I'm not just the law of attraction. I see what you mean. The law of attraction isn't just writing down things you want and going to sleep all day.
Right.
The law of attraction is visualizing it, writing it down, and putting in the work.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Because you have to align yourself with that reality. Because you can't think of yourself as being a rich man, but you're playing video games all day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you want that life, you have to live that life.
And actually, I told you about this the other day.
What?
We talked about this, how, if let's say you want to be a millionaire, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't just sit on the couch and say, hopefully one day I'm going to become a billionaire. Mm-hmm. You have to have, I think, the confidence, be like, I'm going to be a millionaire, and this is what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to act, and this is how the people I have to surround myself with. Mm-hmm. And this is, you need to start, it's almost acting the part till you get there.
Aligning yourself with who you want to be.
Exactly. And there's this saying, in real estate that they say, fake it till you make it. That's what it said. In real estate, there's this huge thing when you first start. It says fake it till you make it, but play the part. You know, and that's really what it is.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. You know, do you get what it means?
I get it, but I mean, can you explain it more? Because maybe I'm getting the wrong idea of it. Because I don't think I agree with it.
No. You gotta fake it till you make it. So, for example, what they're saying is, let's say you're a brand new real investor, right? But you have the knowledge. You're not gonna go over there. You have to have the confidence to be surrounded with all these investors, even if you're brand new. But you still need to act the part that you know what you're doing. That you're not gonna go over there and say I don't know what I'm doing. You see what I'm trying to say? You have to go in there saying I know what I'm doing, and that's it. You're gonna fake it till you make it. That's really what it is.
So you're saying if you don't know what you're doing, act like you know what you're doing?
No, it's not. It's not really like that.
Because wouldn't that be faking it?
No, I think it's more about the confidence.
It's more about the confidence.
Faking your confidence?
No.
Why would they tell you to fake your confidence when you can actually be confident?
No, you're overthinking it.
Yeah.
I'm overthinking.
You're overthinking it for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like being a fake person.
Then what is it?
It's like, let's just say you tend to be a negative person, but you're forcing yourself to be positive. You know what I mean? You're technically faking being positive, but then eventually it just becomes habitual. It just becomes subconscious, right? So in that sense, it's faking it until you make it. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. I just don't agree with how they put it.
It's just a saying. You know what I mean? Like, for example, if you want to be, like I said, a millionaire, whatever, or you want to spend time with successful people, maybe you're not there yet, but you still need to dress the part.
Yeah, I agree.
You see what I'm trying to say? And you still need to act the part. So that's fake it till you make it. Okay. Make sense?
Makes sense.
He's like, I think I get it.
I mean, I get it. That's not what I'm saying. I get it. I just don't like how they put it. That's my only thing. I would say, become the person who you would want to be. And that's, I don't want to say faking it, because I would say that you leave the person who isn't the millionaire, and you leave him behind, and then you step by step become the person who you want to be. I wouldn't say faking. I would say
you just don't like the term fake.
Yeah, I don't like. I just don't like how they put it. That's what I'm saying.
Right. I get it.
To each their own.
So yeah, you guys. If you're interested in the law of attraction and want to learn more, then you're more than welcome to look things up. I have something you guys can check out on Netflix. It's a documentary called The Secret. You can either watch the documentary The Secret, or you can get the book. The book is just as good as the documentary. But I've only read a few pages, but I watched the whole documentary.
Wow.
I was actually, man, you got me till you said that. I was like, wow, you read a book?
Oh, jeez.
I was reading the book, and then I saw there was a documentary on Netflix. I was like, might as well just just watch the documentary.
Like, I didn't want to say in the podcast, but I was saying it in my mind. I was like, wow, you read a book. Then he said that. I was like, never mind. All right, guys.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you guys have a fantastic day or night whenever you're listening to this. And well, this is Ray, and we have Nick and Mary Beth with me by my side, and we'll see you guys in episode number 3.
All right, guys. Have a good